Oh, I guess I'm on. Okay. Oh man, I'm trying to make a video with this new phone I got. My daughter-in-law gave me her phone, and I'm just playing with it. But I'm learning. I'm learning. It's one of these fancy phones. You can take this little pen out and draw pictures and all that old good stuff. But this is gonna be a very short video. I want to read a little bit more from this book. This book, Ye Are Gods by Annalise Garin. And it's a lot of topics in here, but I want to talk a little bit about this topic. It's called How Thoughts Are Planted and How They Produce. Okay, I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs. It says, thoughts are to the mind what food is to the body. A starved, underfed body cannot thrive. Neither can an underfed, neglected mind. A body fed on unbalanced or insufficient diet becomes ill. Sagging muscles, pimples, skin blemishes, scurvy, overweight, rheumatism, and many other ailments can be traced directly to wrong diets. Too much dieting, on the other hand, can also be detrimental. A body fed on garbage becomes soggy, pitiful thing. A mind fed on evil or wrong thoughts can become even more so. If a mind is fed only on sensual thoughts, the body is also affected and becomes an instrument of shame and darkness instead of a temple of light. And, you know, I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for myself. My thoughts, I think quite a bit, and if I don't have a project that I'm working on, physically, the energy comes in my thoughts. So I have to be really, really careful of the thoughts, of the things that I worry about. That's really what it is. It's worry. And I'm learning, or shall I say, I'm remembering that my thoughts are the one that creates my world. So if I want to be pleasant and get the blood pressure and the ailments under control, it starts first with my thoughts. Regardless of what's going on in the world, or how people are treating me, or how I think that's the word, think, how I think they are treating me, I still have to turn that into good thoughts. And that's a job. I mean, because and it's all about me, myself, and my thoughts. I know it's such thing as what they call it, intuition. Yeah, intuition, and things really, what's really happening, and you still want to control that because it's in your world, and your thoughts is the one that you think is protecting you. But it depends on what kind of thought it is, though. Fear is a terrible thought to have for me. And let's say there's only two emotions that we can have: fear and love. So I guess I would have to think of only thoughts of love. Love is the key, because fear it develops to other things: frustration, anxiety, and fear, road rage, and stuff like that. And the times we're living in now is I don't know, with the COVID virus killing so many people, and people having to shut in like this. It's rough, but it's rough for some people. But I never did go anywhere. I'm a homebody anyway, so it doesn't bother me as bad. But you still have to surrender, and my thought is for me to surrender unconditionally, surrender to the situations, and make my thoughts become fruitful and good thoughts. And thoughts are seeds. And when you plant these thoughts in your mind, they will grow. And you think you could have paranormal thoughts. You think people are doing something to you, and it can just make you go crazy. I'm going to read this just a couple of sentences. You have heard the expression, he conceived the idea. This is an absolute fact. When thought and emotion mingle, the thought is conceived and will come forth. When they connect with the feeling or emotion, they become living vibrations generated into growth and power, expanding into life, and will as surely grow until their full stature of fulfillment, as a kernel of wheat will grow if planted, given the necessary conditions to produce. The point where thought and emotions meet is also the place where vibration is released, and vibration is life. So, when you get the thought, yeah, and it becomes, let's say, a good thought, and you plan it, you say, I'm going to do this. Say, for instance, you say, I'm going to write a book, and it's in your head that you're going to do it. You plant that seed. And before you know it, you begin writing, and the thoughts, they come, and you have to keep doing this, writing. And that's how the thought, which is the seed, you plant it, and it grows, and you nurture it because you go back to writing, and you say, well, if I could just finish this one paragraph, the paragraph becomes a page, more paragraphs. And before you know it, you have your first chapter of your book. So that is an example of how your thoughts can produce. And we're talking about good thoughts. I mean, there are thoughts that could be bad, but I look at thoughts like this. They're floating around, good and evil, or we could say genius or stupidity. It floats around. And the one that has the ground for this seed to grow, it plants in their head. Because I know I've had some ideas, some great ideas, some good thoughts, and I didn't plant them. I said, well, that's not going to work. And then maybe a year or two later, somebody else has did something with what I thought would be good. But I didn't do anything with it. I didn't water it. I didn't make it happen. It's okay to think a thought and try to plant it, but you still have to make it grow. And even stupidity, when it floats around too, because I can remember some things that I've done, and they were just the stupidest things you could think of. Why did I do that? I remember one time the kids were small, and we had a bad rat infestation that year. My neighbor, he was killing all the cats. He just hated cats. He was shooting BB guns at them. And 3 streets in that neighborhood had an infestation of these big rats. And we had put out traps, these sticky traps, and this big long rat had gotten trapped on their thing. And the kid said, Mama, this rat is out in the garage and he hollering. I look at the rat and he just flipping the thing over between the washer and the dryer. And this silly thought comes in my mind. Ooh, I'm going to put this rat out of his misery. I go get the gun. And silly me, I point the gun between the washer and the dryer. Now you know what was going to happen. I shot at the rat, I missed it, and before I knew it, the bullets were ricocheting. And I said, oh my God, how stupid can I be? And my oldest son said, ooh, Mama, don't do that no more. He drags the rat on the stickum thing and take it out in the street and let the cars run over it. And I just want to saying how stupidity, it just comes, and genius and stupidity. But that's an example of how thoughts you can think them. And if it's not productive, don't you almost have to think about the seed that you're planting. It's like, oh, come on, don't. I don't know, but that's what I was thinking about my thoughts, because your thoughts, for me, my thoughts can make my blood pressure go up. I could be watching a movie, boxing matches, and I got a friend that loves boxing. Next thing I know, I'm watching it too, and man, and just the hitting and the blows, and I'm saying, "Ooh, I gotta take a break." I'm just that sensitive. I don't know what that is. Pisces are like that. They're just sensitive people, and man. So we have got to take, not we, I'm talking about me. I have got to take charge of my thoughts, and basically what I watch too, because that kind of stuff can really get into your mind, and next thing you know, you're sick and your blood pressure's up because of a thought. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on my thoughts. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. 11:11. Bye bye.